Dear Diary, have you ever fallen in love with someone who doesn't even know you exist? Because I have. My name is Lena. I'm the quiet girl who sits at the back of the class. The one teachers forget to call on, the one nobody chooses for group projects, but his name is Evan Carter, star basketball player, perfect smile, straight A student, every girl's dream, including mine. I watch him laugh with his friends every day. I watch girls fight for his attention. And I watch myself pretend I don't care. Because boys like Evan don't fall for girls like me, or so I thought. Everything changed the day I dropped my sketchbook. Loose pages scattered across the hallway. Before I could grab them, someone knelt beside me. Evan, he picked up a drawing. It was a sketch of him. My heart stopped. I didn't know you could draw like this, he said softly. I wanted to disappear, but instead of laughing, he smiled. Will you draw something for me sometime? That was the first time anyone had ever asked me for something. That was also the moment I fell even harder. Evan started sitting beside me in class. We talked about music, movies, dreams. He told me he wanted to become an architect. I told him I wanted to be an artist. Sometimes we stayed after school so I could draw while he did homework. For the first time in my life, someone chose me. One evening, he walked me home. Before leaving, he said, "Lena, I think I like you." My entire world exploded, but soon things changed. Some days Evan was warm and sweet. Other days he pulled away. He stopped replying to messages at night. He flinched whenever I touched his left arm. One afternoon, I saw him secretly handing an envelope to the school nurse. It looked like medical paperwork. When I asked him about it, he smiled. Nothing, just allergies, but his eyes looked scared. One rainy day, I followed him. I know I shouldn't have. He didn't go home. He went to the hospital. I hid behind a vending machine. That's when I heard the doctor say, "Evan, your heart condition is getting worse. Without surgery, you may not have more than a year." I felt my knees give out. Heart condition, a year, the perfect boy was dying. I confronted him that night. Tears streamed down my face. "Why didn't you tell me?" He looked broken. "Because I didn't want you to love someone who's going to disappear." He confessed everything. He'd been born with a rare heart disease. His family couldn't afford surgery. Basketball scholarships were his only hope. "That's why I can't afford to fall in love," he whispered. But it was too late. I already had. I made a decision. I secretly sold my artwork online, commissions, portraits, logos. I worked every night, exhausted, hiding it from Evan. 3 months later, I walked into his hospital room and placed an envelope on his bed. Inside was a cashier's check, enough to cover the surgery deposit. Evan stared at me in shock. "You did this?" I nodded. "I don't care how long we get," I said. "I just want you alive." He cried harder than I'd ever seen anyone cry. The day of Evan's surgery felt like forever. I sat alone in the hospital hallway, praying, begging. When the doctor finally came out, he smiled. The surgery was successful. I collapsed into relief. Months passed, Evan recovered. He couldn't play competitive basketball anymore, but he was alive, and that was enough. At graduation, Evan took the stage. Instead of talking about basketball, he talked about me. "There was a girl who saw value in me even when I thought I had none," he said. "She saved my life." He walked over, held my hand, and kissed me in front of everyone. Dear Diary, love didn't save the world. Love didn't make life perfect. But love gave us time, and sometimes time is the greatest miracle of all.